Hi and welcome. Hi, welcome to the latest Auriga Astronomy podcast. Brought to you by Auriga Astronomy, the home of the best mobile planetarium in the UK. In this episode, we're going to look at the weird and wacky world of the very early Greek solar system. You see, back in those days, people saw the world as literally they saw it. So the Earth had the sun and the moon and the stars going around it, and the other planets. And then the religious people said, well, actually God created the Earth in the middle and everything goes around the Earth. Well, it doesn't. For example, the outer planets, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn, well, they take longer to go around the sun than the Earth does, which means the Earth catches them up and overtakes them every year. And during that period, when the Earth is going past these planets in space, compared to the background of stars, the planet concerned appears to move backwards. We call it retrograde motion. This can't happen if Mars is orbiting the Earth. So Ptolemy and the other early astronomers created a way of explaining why Mars does this. And they did it using a thing called an epicycle. Basically, they had Mars going round its orbit around the sun, doing little circles. And it created a chaotic early universe. Total madness. All to explain why the sun isn't in the middle of the solar system. Of course, this persisted right the way up to the Renaissance and Copernicus and Galileo. In fact, the first publication of Copernicus's book on the revolution of the celestial spheres, just before his death in 1543, was the first proper work that explained the solar system the way it is today. The obvious way. Because if you put the sun in the middle, you don't need epicycles. His work was then championed by Galileo, but that's another story, the story of Galileo and his excommunication. So I always think this story explains not just a bit about early astronomy, but also why some people come up with the weirdest and wildest ways of explaining something, when the most obvious explanation is actually the right one. The Earth isn't in the middle. If you take the Earth out of the middle of the solar system, everything works. Put the sun in the middle. But they couldn't do that. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. This podcast was brought to you, of course, by Auriga Astronomy, as we say, the home of the UK's best mobile planetarium. Please subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you again. And as I keep saying, if you have any topics you'd like me to cover on astronomy, the history of astronomy, or medieval history, we'll look at those probably later on, then just leave me a message below and I shall do my best to cover that aspect on a later film. So thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.